So I'm going to tell you a story about codependency and dysfunction that will blow your mind. Yes, so listen, as a landlord and the owner of multiple transitional homes, these eyes have seen some stuff, these ears have heard some stuff. So I'm going to tell you a story about one particular woman that was in recovery. So she had some addiction problems. She had some mental issues. So anyway, she had this boyfriend that used to come through. And I used to say no long-term guests. She wouldn't listen. So I didn't live on the premises. I would drop by and visit, and he'd always be there. And she insisted to me that he didn't live there. But let me just fast forward, because I can tell you, I could go on and on and on about stories about this woman. So anyway, they had a very volatile relationship. So one time he took a Sharpie thingy and that to her a risk, trying to get rid of her. So she wound up in the hospital. He disappeared. Next thing you know, she gets out, she's back, and guess who she lets in? Him. He's still staying there again. So then one night I get a call like 3 in the morning from one of the other women that was in the unit with her. She was like, oh my God, there's blood everywhere, Mitch. So what happened is they had another argument. He took the Sharpie thing and right across her arm here, right? So blood is flying everywhere. What does she do? She shoves him down the stairs. Now the front door just happened to be open when he slides down the stairs face first. Cartoon style, he slides into the bottom door and all of this splits open. He manages to get up and come back to the top of the stairs. So the tenant is telling me, the other woman who's also in recovery is telling me, oh, Mitch, they knocked on my bedroom door and I opened it and I couldn't understand what any of them were saying because blood was just shooting everywhere, all in my room. He's talking and blood is spurting out his head. She's talking and blood is spurting out her mouth. So I guess he hit her in the mouth, I guess. Blood is just getting, both of them trying to argue to her their side of the story. And she's like, she can't believe this. So they must have been high while they didn't feel anything. But anyway, here's the kicker, right? So they come and they take him to the hospital, but they arrest her and take her to jail. So when she's doing her time, I think she went away for something like 3 months. So she makes a call from jail, and guess who she calls when she's in jail? She calls me to tell me, guess what? Has he been by looking for me? If you see him, could you please tell him where I am? I said, no, I will not do that. When you come back, you cannot stay here. So the people in my unit was telling me that he was coming by looking for her when he got out of the hospital. First, everyone thought he died. But they said, no, next thing you know, who pops up out of nowhere like a month later with a bandage or turban around his head, looking for her. Where is she? If you see her, tell her I love her. So anyway, that is a good example of codependency and hyper dysfunction. So anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Please follow, comment, and share this video. Oh, and if you're interested in opening your own transitional home, despite the story I told you, listen, one thing I'll say about it is, that money is in your bank account at the first of the month or whatever you want to collect your rent in full, on time, every month. There's no chasing anyone down for rent. Can't go wrong with that. Anyway, thank you.